Hey there, I'm Mark.
I'm Evan.
And on this week's podcast episode, Evan declares he wants to live a pain-free life.
We blow Mark's mind by splitting up
Vision,
a concept
sales, and marketing.
that he's been using incorrectly to his own detriment for years. What's the third thing? Oh, he's
do a disservice to my customers by not realizing desk monitor height.
Well, that's fine. All right.
What is going on? This is something else.
This is something different.
I'm not used to this now.
This is happening.
This is happening.
You're very close up. Are you keeping it that way, or you're?
I'm keeping it this way for today, but no, this is not the long term. I have a teleprompter set up so I can actually look at you.
Okay.
While looking into the camera.
Look at me.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So rather than me have to look down at a screen,
okay,
I have a teleprompter set up. So like right now, I am looking at your video, even though I'm looking straight into the screen. So see how you're looking off to the left to see me?
Yeah.
I have a teleprompter set up now. So it's not going to stay here because it's a bit close up. It's actually going to go over this way some way. But
so
now
you have something in front of your camera?
Here, hold on. Here, ready? I'm going to do this. There we go. Hold on. I'm calling you. You're supposed to pick up.
Oh, I see. Okay, you want me to call?
Pick up on your phone. There we go. So there's my screen. Here's the camera. There's a screen here and a mirror, and so now I can look straight at you, and the camera's behind there. So when I'm having interviews with people, I can now look straight into their eyes as if I'm having a one-on-one conversation with them.
I like that.
It's a teleprompter, but it's a bit big, so it moved my camera forward. So I'm actually going to move it over there so I have more space. But now, if you look up, hold your phone up. Bring your phone up and look to...
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, cool. It's awesome because now I can look at you and have conversations. Oh, good. So for all of our audio listeners, you have no idea what we're talking about. Joshua's going to cut it down for you. But
Mark always disrespects the audio listeners anyway. It doesn't matter.
No, they're my primary.
You just saying I do.
Audio,
you said I do.
No, audio is my primary mode of communication.
Oh, I know it's how you learn, but I'm just saying you disrespect our audio listeners on this show far too often. I don't agree. I got to stand weird. I got to stand off to the left a little bit. It looks like you're looking up, though. You're not looking at me. You're looking there. There. Now you're looking at me. That's looking at me.
That's looking at you?
Yeah, that's looking right at me.
The only thing is you're here. So hold on. If I do this, I can do little adjustments later. You're tall. So this is the lens, but you are there. So it's like just a little bit off.
All right.
But I still think it's better than me doing this.
Sure. Yeah. I've been trying to do it. So anyway, I'm playing around with it.
Nothing replicates just looking straight at someone.
Not replicates, but if I put you there, I can put you behind my camera. Okay, let's go, Mark. Let's get into the show. Welcome, everybody. Something to Prove podcast. We're here to change lives because you got something to prove. While Mark drinks bubbly. Let's go.
We all have something to prove. Quick update. I went to the gym for the first time today in 5 months. And
did you have to reserve it?
You always have to with Orange Theory. But they're running today and tomorrow they're running practices because the coaches haven't done it in 5 months. And there's all these new procedures. And it was amazing. I was on the treadmill running and I was getting
back. Drager's back.
Yeah. I didn't realize that somewhere along the way I lost something. I lost something along the way.
Yeah. Okay. How's the whole starter thing? How's that happening? That was our discussion last week.
It was our discussion last week. The whole starter thing. So taking more. I talked to Jacqueline about it. I've thought about it a lot. It feels right. I just don't have the systems or the people lined up to just toss things over to all the time yet. But I've become more comfortable with it.
What happened with Bo for your show? Were you guys doing that?
Bo for my show? Bo for my show. So you're Bo Hawkins? Is that how you say his name? I don't even remember. Bo Hawkins, right? From the UK.
Yeah.
he's the master of making connections with people.
Yeah.
And so I had a great call with him yesterday. We caught up. We talked about what I want to do with the We Do Hard Things podcast.
Okay.
And he is going to circle around with me, I think today or tomorrow, on some of his ideas. And then we're going to set up a meeting with himself and me and Joshua to put the process in place and get going. So that I'm excited about.
Yeah, but that's
a perfect example. That's actually a perfect example of.
Well, that's why I brought it up, Mark. Why do you think I brought it up? Jesus Christ. Okay, keep going. Unbelievable.
I will give you one piece of feedback.
This guy.
Joshua emailed me last week and said, "Man, Evan says Jesus Christ a lot."
Only when I'm talking to Mark.
Is that really it?
Probably. Yeah. Because you say, anyway.
I say things that
just warranted. This is actually a perfect example of it. Why do you think I brought it up? Why are we? Anyway, keep going.
Okay. So why did you bring it up then? Because
that's what you need. Because
me saying I want to do a podcast and then going nowhere with it, but now I'm surrounding myself with people who I have to pay. This is something that I will bump up against, is the fact that. Wow,
we've seen your forehead. What are you doing, Mark?
What?
Can you not zoom in on yourself?
Hold on. It auto-focused. There we go.
Okay, there you go.
What was I saying?
You have to.
I have to get over that. I have to get into the Dean Graziosi big picture mindset. In Dean Graziosi's book. What was that book called? Not the underdog one, but the one before that.
I don't know.
Was it not Power of Habit? Hold on, I have it here.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, in his book Millionaire Success Habits, great book, lots and lots of details. But he tells this story in there about how he comes from buying real estate, and his dad's like a mechanic or something. Like he's a mechanic, and he comes from this blue collar world.
Yeah,
and he realized that cutting the grass took a few hours of his time.
Yeah,
and he had to do it every week. And he's like, how much is my time worth? I'm going to pay someone to cut the grass.
Yeah.
Right? Why would I cut the grass when I could pay someone to cut the grass, and I can use that time, big picture, to make more money elsewhere? And then his dad showed up one day and saw that he was paying someone to cut his lawn, and he got so angry at him. And he tore him down. And he said, what kind of big shot do you think you are? And got in his truck or car or whatever and tore out, and gravel was flying everywhere. I need to get to that Dean Graziosi big picture, Evan Carmichael big picture mindset of if I pay someone to do this, then it frees up more time for me to do that and make more money and all of this stuff. And I still struggle to get there on the money
it's
side.
funny. I remember being in high school, and I was living at my home in high school, my parents' home, and I had to mow the lawn. And I always saw my dad also doing a bunch of yard work, and he still does a whole bunch of that stuff. And I would start to do the calculations, my dad makes this much a year. So how much is that a month? And how much is that an hour? And how much does he spend on the weekend doing it? Why is he not hiring somebody to do this stuff? Yeah.
Did you ever ask him?
No. But I remember always thinking about it. Every time I was out there mowing the lawn and watching him do other stuff, I remember always thinking about it.
And I go through these pushes and pulls, right? So I would say I'm a very handy person. I'm mechanical. I'm handy. I'm pretty good at attacking stuff. I always run into this with my vehicles and my cars and stuff because
Mini.
Well, ignore the Mini, even my truck. I've done almost all the maintenance on my truck. So I do my truck's oil changes. I change the fuel filters. I rotate the tires. I do all of that stuff. But then every once in a while, I'd say maybe once a year, I get this little burst of why am I wasting my time doing this when I can apply it elsewhere? And I send it to a dealership and I just say, that's it. I'm going to have the dealer take care of it. And then I get a $1,200 bill for something that I could do and save $600 or $700 in. And I always kick myself for being oh man, I'm just throwing money away now on stuff that I could do myself.
Well, and then you're basically saying that your time is worth $600 or whatever.
Well, on a Saturday afternoon, yeah, I'd rather, the backyard. I listened to you. You told me Mark, just hire someone to finish the backyard. And I got a stonemason to come in and give me a quote. And it was $2,000 for a day and a half work. And I was like, I'm going to do the day and a half work and save $2,000. Thank you very much.
But then that's fine. Then you're saying that your time is worth $2,000 for a day and a half. then that's what you're saying. So, okay. As long as you're okay with that.
I don't know. I'm telling you what that this is the next roadblock. So if we're knocking dominoes down, domino after domino after domino, and we're working our way through this, the next roadblock is, yes, I can get over, I can build an identity around someone who's a genius at starting things and handing stuff off and still feel good about myself. And I can.
That's a step.
It is a step.
Yeah.
But I feel good about it.
Of course. Why did I say it's a step if it wasn't a step?
Keep going. That people during like podcasts or conversations, banter, right? There's banter. There's back and there's forward.
We have enough banter. There's too much back. That's the problem. There's not enough forward.
Well, I'm telling you that the next step to unlock is, one, I need to be able to do a better job of finding the people who don't want to be a starter and will run with it, and they don't feel like I'm just dumping my stuff on them. And two, I need to get very comfortable with, I guess, money, what things actually cost, spending money on things, finding value in doing that. And I already spend money very differently than you do. So I already think of you as a much cheaper person in most ways than I am.
Okay. I just bought projector screen. Right?
Why? Because
we're redoing the area here outside to watch stuff. And when I went and I bought a new couch.
The red room area?
Yeah. So I bought a new couch. Let's start with a new couch. In my head, okay, back up. The whole story is I took Nina to an Airbnb that we took over this entire barn. This is where I was talking to you.
Yes.
With your plan. This giant barn in the middle of the country, and they had two of these reclining chairs in a home theater system with like this pull down, what's it called? Projector, pull down screen. Okay. So I'm like, and we were watching something like, this is amazing. We need to get this in our place.
You have so many windows. I guess you don't watch TV during the day, only at night? So
then I started doing research and found out about all the issues about daylight and everything. So I kind of threw away the projector idea, but still went to get the awesome reclining seats. So we got this bright red recliner, like double recliner, whatever. Anyway, it's coming. They got like 3 more weeks till it gets here. It has to be freaking custom order, 12 weeks, whatever, but it's coming. So we go and look at the store. We go in and it's the middle of the day and he's got this projector that's working, that's on, and it was so bright. Like, how is it? What's happening here? It's like daylight.
It's like a 12,000 lumen projector or something.
It's the crazy projector, and it's super short throw. It's like the distance from you to your teleprompter. It's crazy short throw. And he said it's the screen. The screen has special, like the way that it's
reflective or something.
The light, I forget the angle that the light, anyway, it looks crazy in daylight. So I'm like, I want that screen. I want that screen.
So we had the screen. How many inches is the screen?
100 something.
102 inches.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got the screen. That's going to take another 10 weeks or something stupid to get here, but it's $1,200 to install it. Right? $1,200 installation. I forget how much the whole thing costs with the screen and the projector, but just installation, $1,200. And it's like, okay, I don't know. It should be $1,200. What is that? That's half a day. Like, how long does it take to install the screen and put it into a wall? Like, this is not a major problem.
Yeah, but they're charging you like $250 or $300 an hour or something to install the screen. It's crazy.
It's nothing. I mean, it's a lot. Sorry, it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I can't do it myself, and I don't want it to look like crap, and I don't want to deal with the headache of everything else, of finding somebody else, and blah, 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 blah.
On the flip side, Nina's texting me about your new tap, and I'm like thinking, okay, when can I come over to install your new tap for you? And she's like, I don't want to pay $200 to have someone install it for me.
This is the difference. Like, Nina wouldn't hire somebody for $1,200 to come in and install something, right? But the hassle and the headache, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that. And sure, I'll fly business class everywhere, and that maybe is a waste of money for a 3-hour flight or hour and a half flight. I'm okay with that. It's fine, right? I forget how much it costs to wrap the Porsche, to buy the Porsche, whatever. Great. Awesome. I'm okay with that. So it's just being okay with that your time is valuable. You're saying, hey, I could do it it's a day and a half work. They're going to charge $2,000 for it. My time is worth that. Or it's not. Like, no, my time's not worth $2,000. So I'll do it. So save the money. But the thing that's missing, like why this little podcast episode, the second podcast that you're launching, what's it called? We Do Hard Things?
We Do Hard Things.
I remembered that. It's a good name.
It's a good name, eh?
We Do Hard Things is a great microcosm for your life in that you want to do this thing. You'll start it and do it all yourself and involve people and whatever. And I helped and got you, somebody to do an interview with. And we even did it live, I think, on this podcast of reaching out to people. I reached out to Evie. Didn't we do that live on here? Yeah, I said, go do it. That's a great microcosm because then afterwards you did the interview, but then you don't want to do the ongoing outreach. You might do it. You'll be forced to do it. But then if you don't do it, you realize nobody shows up for your show. And you've got this great idea that's just kind of sitting there and there's no energy and no momentum. And all you need is you have Josh and you have Bo. And like, that's all you need. And then boom, it's going. And all you have to do is show up. I mean, you still want to be part, like you want to do the podcast. You want to show up and do the interviews. So you're not just starting to sing with an idea and then you have zero involvement ongoing. You still want to be the host and the talent. You're not going to then just give that to Louis to run or hire some other host. You want to be the host. You want an ongoing role in this new venture. You just don't want to do all the other stuff. So it's not that difficult. You have Josh, you have Bo. If they suck, then you fire them after 2 months and you get somebody else to fill those roles, right? Like if Josh sucks at editing that show, then you move into something else. If Bo doesn't get you the people that you need, you move to something else. You're not committing to having them for 5 years. Like you're worrying about the budget on it. You're not committed to hiring them for long term. You see if it works.
I know. And that's why I'm really excited. Yesterday when I was texting you,
but that's everything. Like
really
you bring that into you should hire somebody to go and do these sales calls for you in Fanta because you don't want to do them.
This isn't what I wanted to talk to you about today. I even had a really, really, really good topic.
Actually, I have a great topic, but this is
goodness! Wow, the first time when we have too many topics to talk about.
That's why I like to cut you off at your intro stuff. But you need the Daniel back. Daniel was his first sales guy. You don't need him, but you need somebody. You just don't want to do the calls. It's so simple, so big. Like that's the only thing that is missing from the growth of your business, and you don't want to do it. And no amount of like pushing or prodding or poking or hugging or cajoling or whatever actually gets you to just do the work. You bury yourself in the garbage. It doesn't matter. And you just need that person. You need the Bo for
everything.
No, well, basically, sure. But it directly maps to your business because you have people who can do the Facebook ads and stuff or the Google ads. For B2B, you've got infrastructure underneath you already. You're not starting from zero, but you need the Bo to go. You just need the guy who's going to introduce you to the people. You would show up and do the calls and like take the meetings and sell the vision and sell the dream and make them feel warm and fuzzy. You just don't want to do just like the interviews. You'll do great once you're on the show. You don't want to do the outreach. You would crush it. You just don't want to actually put the time in and you'd rather do all this other crap that doesn't matter. AKA landing pages, right? You just go.
What do you want to talk about then? Let's
go get your Bo, and put them on a 2-week trial, right? Like, have you started working with Bo? Like, what happened? Where are you?
No.
You're waiting for him
a whole bunch of times.
You're waiting for him.
Yesterday we had a call.
What did he say to me? Hold on,
Yesterday we had a call, and he said he would get back to me in a day.
He said, "I'm just waiting for Mark's reply. As soon as I get that."
Well, but what day did he send that to you?
This is today.
I got to reach out to him then. We have an email. Okay, so
it's on you. Okay, great.
Our email went down yesterday afternoon because of Google.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so whatever. You're gonna get back to Bo. Great. Okay. He's waiting on you. But whatever. You bring, what is it? A weekly show? You're gonna do a weekly show, right? That's the idea. Mark needs a weekly guest.
Yeah.
Great. So you bring him on for a 2-month trial. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, goodbye, Bo, and I'll yell at him. but I think it'll work out. And then you apply that for you get the guy for your sales calls.
There we go.
Just do it. But it's been months. Jesus. Anyway,
stop talking about it.
Stop what?
Stop talking about it. Stop carrying on about it. What was the topic you wanted to talk about?
But do it. Okay.
Everybody is tired of listening to us.
Nobody's tired. No, everybody. No. People are tired of your inaction on this. And your podcast has more momentum in the past week than your entire business has in the past 6 months.
Cool. What did you want to talk about, Evan?
Okay. So I'm very excited. So yesterday, wait, what day is today? Thursday? I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday morning, I wake up and the very first thing I think about, I'm like, when you wake up and you're like still in groggy state and you're like imagining maybe you come out of a dream and you were a horse or something, you have these crazy dreams. So I'm still coming out of the fog and I was thinking about the first idea that came to my mind Tuesday morning was Mark Drager's famous line that came from Michael about marketing say the line.
It came from Michael. It's not marketing. It's see, you messed me up now. It's marketing's job to make.
You say this all the time. What's your line, Mark?
I know. I just, when you're trying to say.
Oh my God! Come on, Drager.
It's marketing's job to make bold claims and operations' job to live up to it. It's not marketing's job to dumb itself down to bad operations. Marketing's job to make bold claims and operations' job to live up to it.
That's close to it, but that's not it. Yeah. It's not marketing's job to dumb itself down. That's not what you say.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's marketing's job to make bold claims and operations need to live up to it.
Yeah.
It's not marketing's job to dumb itself down to make up for bad operations.
Okay. You doing like this doesn't help. It's still the same words.
I know, but I said it with so much more gusto that time.
Nah, that's not it, but it's close. That's not what you actually said. Do I have anything on this? I feel like.
Why would you have anything on this?
I don't know. I don't know why I would have that. Anyway, I think it's genius and terrible. And I think it's actually a big roadblock for you as a human.
So I also have this. Did I freeze? I look like I'm.
You're very laggy. I don't want your teleprompter anymore. Yeah, this is not.
Well, it has nothing to do with my teleprompter.
Oh well, we know how good your internet is. No, your internet is full bar. You got full.
That would be my computer processing speed. Are you good
what
now?
Else are you doing? Close your other stuff when we're doing our podcast, Mark.
Stop looking at Zoom open.
Stop looking at.
Well, we have Photoshop open.
Oh, well, don't have Photoshop open.
I have music open, chat open, Excel.
Yeah. Close all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
So I also have this other saying where it's make bold claims, do cool, and then just work like hell to make sure that you back all that stuff up and you're not a liar. But anyway, it's more or less the same thing. It's make really big claims and then say, guys, you better live up to these big claims.
This is the problem. This is why you're so scared in your business.
Because I make big claims and then I have to trust other people to live up to them.
And it's an unfair expectation. Like why it's great. I need you. Here's what I came up with at the wee hours of Tuesday morning. No, I wrote it down because I needed to remember it because I'm talking to my good friend, Mark Drager, on Thursday for our show. And we have to talk about it because this is going to be more important than whatever topic he has.
Acts of service is my love language. So just the fact that you're thinking of me in the middle of the night makes me feel loved.
Well, it wasn't middle of the night. It was first thing. I'm coming out of my dream. I'm in like foggy, hazy mode. Phasey. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what you need to do is replace marketing with vision. Because the vision needs to be so bold, and then we need to live up to it. But it's impossible. You're never going to. But your vision has to be so bold and so big and so crazy, and it's not operations' job to play safe. We need to push harder and go for it. But in sales, it sucks, and this is your problem. If you flip marketing and split it into vision and sales, this is the exact problem. I love it. I love when you said it because I'm thinking vision, but I'm not thinking sales. It's the worst thing ever in sales.
Why?
In sales.
It's because if you're a sales-driven organization.
No, hold on. Why? Because you're always over-promising and under-delivering. The max you can ever do then is to say, we're just going to meet client expectations for what I sold. The reason why you don't want to go off and sell is because you're afraid of over-promising and under-delivering.
Yes.
Where it's the exact opposite that needs to happen, right? You need to under-promise and over-deliver if you want to keep your clients and make them happy. So as a sales tool, it's terrible because you never live up. You never live up to the expectations of what you're selling. You're selling the dream. The dream is a vision. The dream isn't the actual sales process. So you never live up. And because you're so afraid that you're never going to live up, you're not actually making the sales calls. So as an operating manifesto, it's terrible. As a visionary thing, it's amazing. When you said it, and I loved it, it's because I'm just defaulting to vision. But sales cycle, it's brutal. It's the worst thing ever. You're saying over promise and maybe deliver. That doesn't give you confidence as a salesman to go off and sell your thing.
Well, but I only make those statements to the people and to the circumstances and to the things that I'm confident we can actually deliver in.
But then you're not living it, which is now you're actually dumbing down your operations, or you're dumbing down your marketing. Like you're not giving the operations to come up to match the marketing is basically that phrase. Operations needs to come up and rise up to the level of our air quotes marketing. And you're worried that it will never get there, so you're not pitching it.
Yes.
And when you are pitching it, you're still pitching it soft because you're worried that operations won't be able to hit that level.
Sure. So, but that's fine.
But that's a terrible sales strategy.
If we change it to vision, vision being bold and ops job to work towards the vision or intention or whatever you want to call it. Because I also I don't tend to use the word vision. I tend to use the word intentions a lot with clients. I had a call 2 days ago with a client where I said, client, like our intentions, our goals is to be able to get to a place where we can give you this and we can give you that and we can give you all of this data and be super transparent. But you're not giving us access to the data we need. We are doing all that we can. And our goal and our intention and everything we want to give you is this stuff over here. And you would love that and we will love that and everyone will be happy. So I do talk in those kind of terms, the goal, the intentions, the direction you want to move.
You're not selling because you're afraid that operations won't live up to your pitch.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Okay.
So you need to erase that from your mindset for sales. This is not a great sales statement. It's actually a really terrible sales statement. It's brutal. Overpromise and maybe deliver. Overpromise and try to deliver is what you're saying. That's what that says. Overpromise and try to deliver.
No, the reason why I established this, and I don't think this applies to you. I don't think this applies to everyone, but the reason I established this was because, so within our process, we go, great. We want to work with, I always use this example. We want to work with Kanye. Great. If we want to work with Kanye, who do we need to be able to work with Kanye? Who is Kanye looking at?
Yep.
What would I have to say to even get into a conversation with Kanye? And who would I have to be for him even to respect what I have to say?
Okay.
Because I want to work with Kanye.
Okay.
Great. So in this situation, what typically happens, is that people have a certain target, they have a certain client, they want to do a certain thing, they want to go a certain way. And then they go, well, we can't, I couldn't possibly say that. What if I don't live up to it? I couldn't possibly make that promise. I couldn't make that claim.
You're still merging them. You're still talking vision. And now you're merging it and put it to sales. This is the problem.
Okay.
You need to split them up. The vision of being able to work with these kinds of ideal clients is awesome.
Yeah, the vision part, if you want to separate the vision, I get it. Then what do we replace the sales part with? And don't say under promise and over deliver because that's too abstract. Like, what do I replace? How do I sell with mediocre and low expectations?
Like, it's not mediocre or low expectations. It's you getting comfortable with what your team can deliver and knowing that that's great value for the client. Like you going in to pitch B2C right now you're not comfortable in it because you can't deliver on it. B2B you can do. And it's knowing I can crush it for these guys.
Yeah.
Like we've got the team that can give these guys real results.
Yes.
And having that confidence and going into that meeting with that confidence, but not, it's fine pitching them on as part of your brand strategy. If you're going to walk through that process with people, what their vision should be and how their operations is to match their visions, but not what Fanta is going to do for us to get you as a client, that we're going to promise you these big things.
Most marketers, business people, entrepreneurs, whomever, most people, they look up to brands who say really bold things in really clear ways. And they go, I want to be like them. And then when it comes time for them to say something, you've seen this in thought leadership, you've seen this all kinds, they get super soft, they get super vague, they never make a claim, they never take a stand, they don't emote anything. So the whole goal of that statement at the time, and I don't say it too often today, but the goal of that statement was to say, hey, say something that will get people's attention that's worth saying, and then turn to your operations and say, guys,
the vision.
I just made this promise.
I get it. That's great.
What are we going to do?
No. But that's the vision. And that's great. Guys, this is what we're trying to build. And the whole point of that is you're making giant promises that are impossible to keep, but you're going to strive every day to try to get them. That's a vision. You want everybody with something to prove to whatever.
So in this case, it's just marketing's job to communicate that vision effectively. And it's operations' job to work towards trying to hit that and achieve that.
Great. But you're limiting yourself because you're bringing it into sales. You're approaching this as sales. You want to go in, not vision for what Fanta is going to be, not vision for what your clients can be, the sales process of how you're going to land a deal. You're taking that same approach and it's hurting you because now you don't want to have the conversation because your operations can't live up to what you want to be able to go in and tell them. So it's fantastic for vision and it sucks for sales.
Okay. And so what do I replace this with?
You having confidence in what you can deliver for them, which will work for some kinds of clients, AKA B2B right now.
Yeah, but we've already established that.
No, but you're not willing to go off and talk to people because all we hear, how many times, rewind, Joshua can do a highlight reel of 8,000 times that you talked about, maybe not on the podcast, but definitely with me personally, of you're worried that the team can't deliver on what you say you want to do. This is the problem. Because you're still...
I don't think the problem is... I mean, you may have touched on something, but I had a conversation with Alex on Friday about this, actually. Or maybe it was Monday. And maybe it's not the good conversation that the leader's supposed to have with their team, but, you know, I was being open and honest and transparent. You know, part of what my team will have to overcome or help me overcome is the fact that if I wake up every day feeling not good enough, or every mistake we make, I'm not a perfectionist because I'm striving for perfection. I'm trying to get in front of mistakes so I don't feel so about making mistakes. And every time that there's errors or mistakes, and I'm getting more comfortable over the last few weeks with letting them happen and letting people learn and all that stuff. But if I don't feel good enough about myself, then it's not like I'm going to have a tremendous amount of confidence in everyone else all of the time, or the people that I pick or whatever. So there's this, so if I'm feeling bold and confident about what we're doing and who we are, then I have a ton of confidence in the team. If I feel like for myself that I'm not doing the right things, then the decisions that led for me to do the things that I'm doing, I don't have a lot of confidence in. And that spills over to the team, right? It's not that I have a good team or a bad team or the right team or the wrong team or any of those things. It literally changes depending on how I'm feeling about how confident I am in the decisions I made or myself.
That's not true. There's lots of times where you could feel super confident to go in and talk to a client and sell them on the dream of what they could do. Even right now, you could get some client, get some new conversation. We could call up somebody who, you know, a Bo or somebody has lined up for you, because you don't want to do it yourself. And you could sell them on the dream. You're great at it. It's your superpower. Episode 238. It's Mark's superpower to be able to sell the dream and make people believe in a brighter future. You're extremely confident in that. You can do that right now, but you don't think your team can deliver it.
I don't know if anyone can.
Well, but because So like that just negated the last 4 minutes of your story, right? It's not about how you feel and how you wake up. You can at any point make somebody believe in a brighter future. And you still don't believe that the team can do it because you're still operating from, I need to be able to sell the dream. You've incorporated this as your operating system, which is only partially correct, that you need to go off and sell some big thing, but then you're afraid to do it because you know your team can't deliver on it. And it should be operations' job to live up to the marketing. It's operations' job to live up to the vision.
Okay, sure. And marketing will communicate the vision, and it's all based off of something we're working towards and our intentions and our goals. And sales is based off of, you know, immediate need and realistically what we can do for people.
Yeah.
I get all that.
Intellectually.
Yes, because I'm a thinker, so I get a lot of things intellectually.
No, you're a feeler. We know you're a feeler. Episode 128 flashback. We know Mark's a feeler.
Yeah, I think I've slipped back to being a thinker. But anyway.
Well, that's part of the problem, but we'll fix it.
But that's okay. I went to the gym today and I started to feel things again. So I realized how important being at the gym is to what I think, what Mark Drager feels about himself is directly tied to going to the gym and doing hard things.
Yeah. The good news is gyms are usually open.
Yes. Yeah. Never again. Never again do I want to spend 5 months not going to the gym. I mean, I still ran, right? I still ran 4, 5, 6 times a week, but it's just not the same because there's no one around. And this time I had something to prove. So I'm there on the treadmill. Everybody's saying, oh, it's been 5 months. You don't push yourself. No, I hit all my old numbers.
Congratulations, Mark.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was waiting for.
That's a very maligned congratulations.
I accept it anyway. I accept the words, I reject the tone, and I thank you for them.
Great. Now take that out of your sales process, and I love the idea of the impossible. It's the impossible. Like the copy you wrote for TDS, or your team wrote, the vision, it's great.
The greatest hour of your life.
It speaks to what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so great is pushing a team to, this is what we want to build, but it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. That's the whole point of a vision. As soon as you hit your vision, you hit your life. So it's never going to happen. But not sales.
That should be your tagline.
What?
Hit your vision, hate your life.
Yeah, if you hit your vision, you hate your life. The vision is not possible, and you wake up every day trying to hit the impossible, and that's what you like helping people do. And that's part of that has to be part of your brand strategy for sure. When you're talking to clients, you have to put that in there. You have to push them to be bold, to say yes, to do it. But in the sales of what you're going to provide them, here's what Fanta can do for you. It's not promising the moon and giving them a tiny rock. Right? It's like, here's what we can do for you. And knowing that that's definitely good enough, and then still over delivering on it. You just have to separate. It's great. It's so genius. You got to separate the sales from the vision, and we smush those both into marketing.
Perfect.
It's going to hit you. It's going to hit you, Mark. That's genius. That's next level stuff right there. Okay, keep going. You had a topic.
No, hold on. Let it soak in. Let it soak in.
You're going to come back. You'll think about it tomorrow, and then it's going to soak in, or maybe by our call tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking in 2 hours. I'm excited to talk to you tonight. I've been looking forward to it all week.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask if we're still on, because if you're going to say no, I'd be disappointed.
Oh, I had it in my calendar. TSM is in playoffs, so I'm skipping TSM playoffs for you. So
well, do you like, how long is a TSM playoff? I don't know what that is.
It's best of 5.
Timo, TSM?
No, Timo is a champion. TSM is a team.
Oh, okay. They wear white and black or red or something. I don't know.
Yeah, white and black.
White and black.
Yeah.
Were they in that documentary that I really liked?
I don't know. What documentary?
There was a documentary that followed the teams when one of the lead guys, the Asian guy, his parents were murdered.
Oh, Double
while
Lift.
they were
Okay. Yeah. He's on TSM.
Okay. So that's why I know that team then. Did you not watch the documentary?
But he wasn't on TSM when that happened.
Yes, he was. Netflix has a show called 7 Days, and it follows a whole bunch of different things. A restaurant opening in New York, the last 7 days of a space shuttle and Saturn. They did one episode on the finals for America or something, and he was on the team and he had to fly out during the thing and all that stuff.
He wasn't on. He was on Liquid. He was on his other team.
Oh, okay.
But the same guy. I mean,
yeah, Liquid. Okay.
Team Liquid
versus
he was on
Firefox
TSM. Well, TSM. He was on TSM, and then he left TSM to go to Team Liquid, and now he just came back to TSM. But yeah, his mom, his brother killed both his parents or just his mom.
Both his parents. Yeah.
Both his parents. His brother killed both of his parents.
Yeah.
And then I mean, crazy. And this guy's like 25 or something. Double Lift. Peter is his name. And he obviously mourned, but he got up and he played in the finals the next day.
Yeah, he had to leave, and then he came back and played and won or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those stories are crazy. But he also, I don't know his relationship with his parents. Like, they didn't support him getting into esports. When he said he wanted to do it, he just decided to fly out to California, and he slept on the couch of a reporter who covers esports until he got his thing. It's like, it was do this, or why he's so driven is because he had to. He had no choice. Like, he had nowhere. He couldn't go home. He hated school. He had no money. He's sleeping on somebody's couch. Is either make it as a League of Legends professional player or nothing. So that's what drove him to be the best, or one of the best. Anyway.
Can I ask you, did you move your camera because you want a different angle, or you don't want to lean on your desk anymore? Is this a back fixing thing that you talked about a few weeks ago?
So I could move it back. So what did I do? So I raised my monitors a lot. So if to look at you, this is like, I have you low on my screen. If I had you actually, I want to look up more. So this is my day. This is my daily. This angle is my daily. That's how I spend most of my day. Because most of what I was doing was looking down, even straight, you look down. And if I'm on my phone, I'm looking down. So my neck is like this. So I said, what if I spend my computer time looking up? Not like crazy up, but up. And it's helped a lot with my neck. So now it's moving a lot more during the day because I'm up here looking at the computer. And then most of what we do, not just looking at the phone, if you're getting a dish or you're cutting food or whatever, you're looking down. So you spend so much time looking down, and that was putting a lot of pressure on my neck. So I experimented with putting everything crazy high. And if Nina comes in here, she's got to stand on a chair just to see the monitor. Our meetings are hilarious.
She's got to stand on a chair.
Yeah. I do need to raise my desk a little bit because now that I'm standing up straight, this doesn't quite fit for my arms. But that was the experiment. And then my camera would be here to the side, but I would look at the monitor. If I'm seeing somebody, I'd always be talking off screen. So now I'm playing with I haven't figured it out yet, but how do I have my camera? Now it's in the middle. So I have my two monitors here, and you're on one of them.
But, gosh, who is that over here? That's AP Giannini, I guess. I'm not used to seeing. That's AP,
so close up. Yeah.
Well, plus he's looking the wrong way now because I feel like I'm used to seeing it mirrored.
No.
Maybe that's on IG.
It's always been the same. Oh, no, okay. IG, you see Kanye. On IG, I sit over on the side and you see Kanye. No, the camera's here and it used to be over here. So there's pros and cons. I'm still figuring it out. I can't have my book on display. Like, you don't see my book anywhere, or it used to be here. But I want to make it so that I can see the person, kind of like your teleprompter. But
I'm telling you, man, this is the answer. I can give you a list of everything I purchased.
Yeah. So can I have the teleprompter? I guess I could. I also wanted to clean up this side so it's not just camera. But maybe I have the teleprompter there. I guess only for streaming it wouldn't work. But I'm open to it. But the main reason of moving everything around was just fixing my posture, fixing my neck. This used to hurt. Just going back because I spent so much time doing this. So, yeah. So now I'm looking. It's weird. Nobody's talked about looking up all day, but Oh, I'm playing with it so far. After one day, I felt huge relief. Like, oh my God, that doesn't hurt. Oh my goodness. I'm just so used. I'm trying to live without pain. This is a goal of mine. I want to live without pain. I think there's so much pain that we have, at least, I don't know, me. That's not, you just got used to it. You just got used to your neck hurting.
But
and I don't want that anymore.
So this is really interesting because Ontario Physiotherapy Association is one of our clients.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of work for many years with physiotherapy. And we always look at different pieces of insight and different things. And you touched on something that as people get older, which I find curious, as people get older, you pick up aches, you pick up conditions, you pick up issues, and most people never do anything about it, but it could be like fixed.
Yeah. And it's mostly, I mean, I've done physio and I've done acupuncture and I've done chiropractic and massage, and all of that is great, but it doesn't solve the problem. It just gives you some temporary relief.
But are all these problems, conditions specifically tied to you breaking your neck, or are these just getting older because you're 40 and really old now and all that stuff?
I think it's mostly what you are what you consistently do. So if you have really bad posture, which I had, like I had my desk here for years this size, but
so you just stand like this all the time now.
I was leaning. What?
Just stand like this all the time now.
I was leaning and this little shift, this lean was really hurting my back, where every day Nina would like either push on my back or step on my back to crack it.
Wow.
And it felt so great. Like, oh my God, that feels amazing. But the problem is I wasn't standing up straight.
So most studies show, because we also have another client that has a product that helps people stand for longer. I know that you use a trampoline, but most research shows that standing for the amount of time that I stand or you stand is not good for you. That in fact, sit-stand combinations, 45 minutes standing, 45 minutes sitting kind of thing, with proper posture is actually better than standing for really long periods of time.
Yeah, trampoline definitely helps. When I took away my trampoline, so my looking up like this, I started without the trampoline, and I was just kind of marching, and the low back pain was all came back. I forgot what it was like not having a trampoline.
I'm just on carpet. Like I don't even use a memory pad or memory foam or whatever. I'm on carpet. What time did I start this morning? 7:15.
Yeah.
And I'll work until whatever. Like I was even thinking tonight, I'm like, oh man, tonight I'm gonna have to find a place to sit down because I don't think I want to stand until 10 p.m. or whatever. But yeah.
So trampoline definitely helps with that for sure. And I went.
Plus you get this fun little thing on camera of doing this, right?
Yeah. Well, for you, special. The springs, two of these springs broke, so I have to get a new one. And I got two new ones, but they're the bands, not the springs. And it's surprising how much of a difference that makes. You sink in too much, and it's just not as good. I was getting back pains from the new trampoline, so I'm back to this one with the springs, and I have to get a replacement. But anyway, I love physio. I love, I've had people on my IG, like I became obsessed with it, where I was having people on my IG teach me stretches and all this stuff. Ultimately, I think you have to fix how you work, like fix the day-to-day, right? So I'm not against chiropractic or anything. I think it's all fantastic, but it doesn't solve the problem. It just makes you feel good, temporary relief. So I want to fix my mostly posture, but how I'm working. You fix that, you fix everything. I'm down for the like half sitting, half standing. I think trampoline covers a good chunk of that, but I don't know how to sit properly for extended periods because your posture sucks when you sit, unless you're just lying down, but actually working.
Well, have you seen those pods where they people do say that sitting at like a 30-degree angle or 40-degree angle or something is the best. So they have those pods where you sit and then they rotate you back and then you can look up at your screen and do work and stuff. Those look cool. But
I think you'd have to do it. Yeah, I think that's what I would need, because you can't do it off a laptop, and you can't do it well off of like laptops are not great for your body, period. I
use a laptop, but I never use the laptop screen. Like unless I'm walking with it, I'm always
it's convenient, it's super helpful,
or what have you, and yeah.
So right now the test is looking up, which is great. So far working super well. Now I need to fix my height here and fix my trampoline.
Cool. But I'm gonna save my awesome topic for next week.
All right.
because it was
I
going
like
to
my
put you on the
topic.
spot, and I don't have enough. 10 minutes is not enough time for me to be able to put you on
But
the spot.
living pain-free, I think it's a good ambition. I think we just get used to living with pain.
Would you say that it's your job to make a claim like I'm going to live pain-free, and then it's the operations job to live up to those expectations?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm like never going to get there, and I'm trying. But that's what I go like when I went to my acupuncture. It's like, this is my goal. I want to be pain-free. I want to have no pain. What do I need to do? And everybody's got their own school of thought, of course. Like everything's solvable with chiro, and everything's solvable with massage, and everything's solvable.
Yeah, it's whoever you're talking to.
Exactly. It's like everything's solvable through this. Okay, right. Like I'll test it. Yeah. But the raising, I've never seen people talk about raising the screen. It's always at eye level. Like have the top of your monitor be.
I've never heard the top of your monitor be at eye level, which makes no sense to me because then you're still looking down.
Well,
it should be probably, I would say, like using the rule of thirds. I would say like 1/3 down at least from the top.
Then like, what are you doing? You're doing a disservice to your clients, man. Jesus.
How am I doing a disservice to my clients?
All of them. Every ergonomic, like if you're
I'm doing a disservice to my clients.
Yeah, exactly. Because you gotta know this stuff.
Why? My clients aren't asking me about
you need to know. You need to know. Okay, ergonomic monitor, right? Okay, this is top of the monitor.
No, that seems way too low to me.
But this is everything. So monitor distance. Also, a lot of them will recommend having an angle. So you angle the monitor. My monitors used to be angled backwards. So you're looking, right? So that's kind of like this. This is what's common. Hey, look, every chart.
But these are all sitting.
No. Okay, fine. Jesus Christ.
Go to standing.
Mark, you're just proving how much you don't know about this stuff.
I don't need to know about it. I'm not. My self-worth isn't tied in me knowing about it. I'm just telling you that I would think that you would want to move it up. Yeah, look right there. There. See how high it is? That's above high level. That's the third that I'm talking about.
No.
When I say the rule of thirds.
Look at everything where they actually show the eye line. Look. This is what people recommend. All of the ergonomic experts are all saying the eye goes to the top of the monitor.
Huh.
But mine are high. I'm looking.
Look at that dude. Look at that random dude above you, right there. This guy. Let's see how much higher it is than his eye line.
Kind of, but he's slouching a little bit too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I want to look up. Nobody talks about looking up. This is what everybody talks about. All the ergonomic people. That's what every picture is. I'm looking up.
I don't know. I'm used to like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
my monitor's angled down now.
Maybe I'm just used to this because in the world of camera, you always want to be a little bit up so that way you get a nice, good look and it looks like you're still looking straight. Nobody wants to look this way. You look ridiculous this way. So I don't know. Okay, cool. I did a disservice to my clients.
Yeah.
By not realizing that all ergonomics say eye level when I would intuitively actually make it even a little bit higher than that.
Yeah. Basics, Mark. You got to know this stuff for sure.
This is like when you told me that, what were you were talking about Endgame, I guess. You were talking about something Marvel related.
Yeah, but you're so confident in the MCU, you're so wrong.
And then, what do you mean I'm so wrong?
It's wrong. You're like, no, that's not what they are. Like you haven't even looked.
No, I'm telling you what I believe it should be.
Great, but anyway, jeez. Keep going. Marvel's Endgame.
But you just said that they were wrong too.
Who?
You said that everybody says this by your Google image search, and it should be higher than that.
Oh, I'm saying I've never seen anybody say your monitor should be up where you're looking up at it. Intuitively, it makes sense to me because I spend so much of my day looking down just for living, just to look at Nina. Right?
But when you're sitting and watching TV, you're looking up. Our TV is mounted pretty low on the wall, but you're still looking up because you're sitting on a sofa. When you're in the movies, you're looking up. There's lots of things where you look up at.
I barely spend first off, our TV is actually it's low, but
even if you're sitting in your sofa, if you're sitting in your sofa, you're probably still looking up.
No, I'll take a picture. We're not, but even so, we're watching.
When you have your projector, you're going to be looking up. Let me tell you,
it's a max of 1 hour. Like we're not sitting there. You can do anything for 1 hour. We're not sitting there looking up. for all day. It's like you are what you consistently do. Most of my day, I'm looking down. If I'm talking to my wife, I'm looking down. If I'm playing with my dogs, I'm looking down. If I'm eating, I'm looking down. Grabbing my phone, I'm looking down. There's lots of looking down. So if I'm also looking down on my computer, that's a problem. So how about I look up a little bit just for the difference and it works. I mean, maybe it doesn't work for everybody. So far it's working for me. I just need to raise my desk. Like I want to biohack. I love biohacking. I want to live a pain-free life, man. Pain-free life. I think it's doable. I want to get there. Let's go. If you want to see Mark make one of the biggest breakthroughs in his life, check out the video right there next to us. You'll enjoy it. Continue to believe. We'll see you there.
You also went on a crazy rant. You don't remember that? You went on a crazy rant where you're like, this is the greatest rant of all time.
Really?